Today we've got sit-ups as a part of the workout, so we're going to go over what constitutes a good sit-up and ways that you can modify it to kind of help you increase your reps and speed, as well as addressing some things that we want to avoid as we go through this progression. So Anna's here on the floor. She's got an ab mat with her, which is just one of the tools that we can use to help us with sit-ups. You can also use one of those half Bosu balls that you see in your fitness centers, or a pillow behind your back, anything that you want to kind of just help you with that arch in your back. If you don't have a tool to use, that's fine. Just going from the floor is going to be just fine. So a couple things we want to talk about. First is going to be the points of contact for the full range of motion for the sit-up. So when Anna lays down, her shoulder blades are touching the floor behind her, and when she sits back up, she's coming to full extension. Now what we want to avoid is going past that full range of motion. So when your abs are no longer contracted, you've gone past that range of motion, you're no longer doing work, it's just a little extra movement, okay? There's nothing wrong with it, but all you really need to be concerned with is making sure that you sit up to the point where your abs are still contracted. A couple of flaws that we look for in the ab mat sit-up. Number one is going to be pulling your head, okay? A lot of people do sit-ups or crunches where they're pulling that head and really trying to help themselves up. This is definitely going to be a problem for you, especially when you get into high repetition, when you start to get into fatigue, and you're going to wind up hurting your neck as you put strain on it. So we want to discourage you from using your hands behind the head. The second flaw we see is raising those hips off the ground when you go back into a sit-up, okay? So work on keeping that full range of motion by keeping those hips on the ground rather than popping up. If you're going for speed, the best thing you can do is use your arms for momentum and help generate a little extra power as you sit up. Especially when you're going for high reps and you get a lot of volume, this is really going to help you maintain good form and get some speed going to get those reps accumulated. It's not really cheating, it's just helping you be better at life, and that's really what this is all about. So make sure that you're going to use your arms, make sure you get that full range of motion, everything else still applies. Shoulders to the ground, hips remain on the ground in front.